Good evening. Today is Wednesday, July 21st, 2020. This is the regular session of the School Board of School Trustees of the School City of East Chicago. The time is now 6:11 p.m. The place is School City of East Chicago Administration Building, 1401 East 144th Street in East Chicago, Indiana, 46312. And it's also via live stream at www.scec.k12.in.us. This is the meeting of the school board in public for the purpose of conducting the school corporation's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. Can we please have a roll call? Ms. Cass?
Trustee Rodriguez.
Present.
Trustee Gomez.
Present.
Trustee Williams.
Present.
Trustee Smith. Present. Chairman Hernandez on.
Present. Next, can we please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Next, we'll move to the business portion of the meeting. The first item of the agenda is approval of the first item we have for approval is distribution of payroll. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President,
Trustee Rodriguez?
make a motion to approve. Second.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval. Trustee Gomez seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith. Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 2, approval of claim docket. What is the pleasure of the board?
Trustee, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Smith makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Williams seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith. Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 3, approval of head mechanic, job description.
Madam President, I'd like to table this item 3 for till next.
Trustee,
Session.
I think we are actually approving the job description that we could approve at the next meeting. So,
The position would actually be in our staffing report would be
Correct.
we'll be tabled,
the
not.
approval of
The actual personnel. Gotcha.
So, just, interim superintendent, can you please explain?
Yes, so we would ask the board, this is with the retirement and it's a change amended from coordinator to the job description of head mechanic. And with this amendment, we'd ask the board to approve the title and job description as presented, and then we would look to bring forth the recommendation at the August 2nd for the qualified person to fill it.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion to approve.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith. Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item 4 would be the approval of the personnel report.
Madam President,
Trustee Rodriguez.
I make a motion to remove item 2345 on page 1.
So then we'll have an approval of the personnel, well, first, the amendment. Sorry. Is there a second for that motion?
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds that. Any questions? Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith. Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. So we will have approval of personnel report with the amendment of removing item 2345. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Williams makes a motion for approval.
I'll second.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez.
Yes.
Trustee Gomez.
Yes.
Trustee Williams.
Yes.
Trustee Smith. Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. to item number 5, approval of teacher and staff handbook 2021-2022 school year.
I would ask the board to table this until the August 2nd meeting so that I have the opportunity to meet with the Teachers Association and review the document. And we would bring this forth at the August 2nd.
Madam President, I make a motion to table item 5.
Rodriguez make the motion for the table.
Second.
Trustee Gomez seconds the motion. Any questions? Staff roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith. Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 6, approval of frontline application recruiting, tracking, and assessment system. Interim superintendent.
Yes, so we would ask this to also be tabled. We do have to update the RDS, it's very antiquated, and we need to look at a new hiring system that will help assist in recruiting. And this program that we are looking at is utilized by many school districts throughout Northwest Indiana, but we want to get more information with that, and would ask to look at that at a later date.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion to table.
Trustee Williams makes a motion to table.
I'll second that motion.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion.
This agreement is paragraph 7, assuming it comes back with the same recommendation for approval. It's got an auto renewal provision that I know the board doesn't prefer. So just to get ahead of it, we can make sure that we opt out of that auto renewal provision. So paragraph 7.
Next is approval of vector. I'm sorry.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith.
Yes.
Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 7, approval of vector teach point. Item 1.
So, well, I'll let you give the overview. Yeah, give the overview now.
Okay. Vector Solutions, this is a professional development tracking solution app that will coordinate all the district professional development. It's similar to Safe Schools, and so this will assist as we're gathering our data, trying to align professional development with our improvement in the standards, and also be able to utilize in a principal school improvement plan, as well as making things more seamless. And so would ask the board to approve this with
One amendment. The recommendation of trustee Gomez, I took a look at the agreement in paragraph 5, entitled term. It's got some renewal language, again, just like the prior contract we discussed. And I'm recommending that the agreement be approved, but with the edit that the renewal language be deleted in its entirety. And that's in paragraph 5.1.
So then we'll be approving the vector teach point with amendment. Item 1.
So, Madam President, I make a motion for approval, removing, or as amended, removing item 5. Paragraph 5.
Okay. Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Gomez seconds the motion. Any questions? I just wanted to make sure. Folks earlier that
Correct. Yeah, so this is kind of a conditional approval. We have to get more back from their attorney for their changes that we're doing.
Oh,
So it doesn't slow down the process. We get approval by the board today as amended, and then we'll get the feedback in the interim. And I'll report back so you know that that's what happened. If not, we don't have authorization to sign it.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Just one question. So this is item 5, right?
It won't be the entire item 5.
So
It's It actually is the second sentence in paragraph 5.1.
So 5.1, okay.
Any other questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 8, approval of JROTC instructor annual certification of pay and data form. Interim superintendent.
Refer, yeah.
Contract renewal of the junior ROTC program with the federal government, and we have submitted this to them to renew with them.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion of approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 9, approval of Stepping Stone Group school psychologist contract with Felicia Dancing.
This is the renewal of a contract for special ed for the psychologists, with the step.
What is the pleasure of, I'm sorry.
This is a year.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Williams makes the motion for approval.
I'll second.
Trustee Rodriguez seconds the motion. Any questions? I just want to point out, and I think this is very important. Yes, it is a contract with a company, but it's extremely hard for psychologists to come to a school district and stay. And that is one of the main points that we're getting from our administrators and letting them know that this is the reason why we have to do contracts, unfortunately. So, but thank you to our special ed director for going out and making sure that the positions that are needed for the kids, that meet their IEPs, are getting covered. So, anything else? Ms. Castle, call please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 10, approval of Stepping Stone Group speech therapist contract, Kelly Strip.
Yes. And gentlemen,
So this is the speech part of the Stepping Stone Group. It's also a renewal of yearly for special ed.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes, item 11, bringing food services closer to you, Inc. contract, Phyllis Saunders.
This is a special ed contract for the individual work that our speech therapists do with our students. And this will be for the next 3 items because she has 3 different speech therapists come in under this company.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item 12, bringing food services closer to you, Inc. contract, Shirley Hill. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item 13, bringing food services closer to you, Inc. contract, Asia Docs. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Any questions? Cast roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith? Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 14, approval of AdTech E-rate consulting services agreement. Dr. Disney.
Yes, AdTech is an E-rate consulting company that the districts use that works with us to make sure they file our E-rate filing forms for stuff.
Yes, this company actually takes over the part of filing our federal fund forms for us to the company so we can get the correct dollar amount back on our E-rate to fund our technology department.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Smith makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Williams seconds the motion. Any questions? Ms. Cass, roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith? Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Approval, item number 15, approval of Go Guardian recommendation. Dr. Disney.
Yes, this is a recommendation from Mr. Navarez. Go Guardian software is a software that will be installed so that we have capabilities to monitor and control all the student Chromebooks. Mr. Navarez, anything you want to add on?
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Madam President,
Trustee Gomez.
is this a new program?
Yes, new program that's going to go on teacher, or hopefully go on teacher laptops. They'll be able to see and control the student Chromebooks per class. So every class is good. They'll be able to see their classroom or what the kids are doing at that particular time, on demand.
So they'll only be able to watch their students.
Their students, and then the next hour, different set of students.
There was a comment. It brought up at a previous meeting regarding other competitive or similar programs. Are there any other out there?
Yeah, we did look around. There was 3 other programs, including Go Guardian. Go Guardian is more robust than the other programs, and local districts are also using the same programs or the same program, and we've heard positive feedback thus far.
Okay, thank you.
This is Chromebooks on campus or can it be off campus too? Oh. And then just for reference for Trustee Gomez, what we have now is not for program.
We don't have anything right.
Any other questions?
Madam President. Mr. Acevet, the software that'll be going on these Chromebooks, are these only for new Chromebooks that's coming in or the Chromebooks that's already provided for our students?
Both.
Both? Okay,
Yeah, we're able to push out the software on demand.
okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
We have one question. Say, for example, the student is not able to log in or having some concerns or confusion. Are you able to remotely assist that student?
No, if they're not connected to the internet, we're unable to connect.
What if they are?
If they are, then we are. Yeah, we'll be able to see them.
Any other questions?
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith? Yes. Chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 16, approval of MOU with Community and Schools of Lake County. Dr. Disney.
Yes, so met last week with representatives from the Communities in School, this has been a successful program in East Chicago, and this is an annual renewal of this program so that they can complete the grant and we can get this running. And we're just, Thomas, anything that you would like to?
We've actually written this grant in collaboration with School City of East Chicago since 2008. And we've implemented the program in the schools here. So we have to be in partnership with the schools. We have to have the MOU and the support of the school district in order to do it. So that's our ask.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
Second.
Trustee Gomez seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Just one question.
Trustee
So this MOU is for how many years? 3 years?
This MOU is for the grant, which is 4 years. So the grant itself is going to run for 4 years. It's for about 1.8 million over 4 years.
Any other questions? Back roll call, please.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 17, approval of donations to Harrison Elementary. What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
I second that motion.
Trustee Williams seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Madam President, I do not have information on this. I'm trying to log in again. I get somebody's email.
Okay. If I would, so this is a request for approval of a donation by Susan Page, a local master naturalist. It's an $800 value in donation for the form of plants and landscaping materials. The donation will be for a pollinator garden that will be housed in the school support of parents.
I'll get back if we could just have that information. Give it to us. I don't think they would approve it. I don't want to not approve it.
I believe it was on there the very first day that the docket came out. Why is it not on there now? I know I seen it the very first day. Yeah, it's not coming up now. Mm-hmm. It's a bad link.
Are there any questions?
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
trustee Gomez,
Yes.
trustee Williams,
Yes.
trustee Smith,
Yes.
chairman Hernandez on.
Yes. Item number 18, approval of Central High School fundraiser.
Yes, so this is a request of a fundraiser in the name of, for EC football, sponsored by Coach Dinkins. The fundraiser would be July 7th through August 7th, 2021, selling jerseys, and then the material will be used for food, mouthpieces, and drinks for the team.
What is the pleasure of the board?
Madam President, I make a motion for approval.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval.
I second that motion.
Trustee Williams seconds the motion. Are there any questions?
Madam President,
Yeah.
so it has pre-sale dates from July 7th to August 7th, but it shows a date of fundraiser of July 7th. I'm confused by the two dates listed.
Yeah, what was
Okay.
I spoke with Trustee Gomez. I did speak with Coach Dinkins in regards to it. I know he has some autographed signed jerseys from both Etwan and Kawan Short. I think this is over a period of time during their first, I know July 7th was moratorium week, but this was during their first month of practice that is going to go from July 7th through August 7th. I just believe that the fundraiser date started on that July 7th date. So the days that they're in school or in practice is the days that they'll be able to do those fundraisers.
So there are jerseys from high school. Are we okay with that? With what I'm what?
Obviously, you would have to bring it to us as a surplus item and allow them to sell it to the first have to pay for it.
Yeah, that resolution will be to sell or dispose of that property. Unless there's something with the state board of accounts that they provide, that after so many years, feel free to do it. I think that's just some information she needs to get. But Trustee Rodriguez is right. It's got to be one or the other, either a resolution by the board to sell or dispose of property, or it meets the threshold requirement of it being so old where it's fully depreciated. It's whatever you want to do.
It did it with the basketball, yes. We approved it last year.
Yeah, and that may be the case here.
And I think that's what it is. It's old jerseys from, I want to say, it had to be at least 10 to 15 years old jerseys. So you got ex-players that would like to purchase their old jerseys and be willing to give a donation to the football team.
So what you could do, you don't have a motion on the floor right now, you just have an overview. What you could do is that motion could include that condition that those in facility, those are eligible for sale. So approving a fundraiser or any eligible. You could do that, or you could wait.
Let's go ahead and do that. So I'll amend my motion to add that clause. Stating that the-
And that'll give Ms. Simmons time to confirm.
And I'll also amend my motion to just say the word retroactive from July 7th to August 7th.
Any other questions?
Yes, second.
I second that.
Trustee Rodriguez,
Yes.
Trustee Gomez,
No.
Trustee Williams,
Yes.
Trustee Smith,
Yes.
Chairman Hernandez Orange.
Yes. That's still.
Would just like to again announce that our registration is Monday, August 2nd. Buildings are hosting from 9 to 1. On Tuesday, August 3rd, building hosting from 1 to 5. Wednesday, August 4th, district at Central from 9 to 6. There will be vaccines available. Information will be going out. We want to encourage students 12 and older to, if parents want to get them vaccinated, there will be access to that. This should be going out and should on our social media, on the webpage, and along with reminding the community that to get our uniforms, we will be planning on being back. Our first date will be August 16th, and parents, students need to get our uniforms, and we'll be, as we have in the past, would also remind everyone that our principals are due back on the 26th. We are fine-tuning the last steps with the return to learn plan. Once we meet with the health department and get this, we will be asking for board approval on at the August 2nd meeting, and then this will be released to the public. We're in the process of hiring staff and teaching positions. We'll continue this as we move through the course of the school year. Our staff is back for our professional development week beginning on August 9th. Everyone in the corporation will attend a district-wide PD with Dr. Muhammad that's been arranged, so details will be coming out with that. So those are my remarks.
Next, do we have any trustee remarks? I just want to ask Dr. Disney about with registration. I know we also have on our social media pages about bringing back our Chromebooks. And if we're bringing them back, is there updates that are happening to our Chromebooks? Is that what I've cleaned out, all that good stuff? So we do ask that students do bring them back as they will be in use for the upcoming school year. And again, like Trustee Williams said, last week, today is the task meeting with us, and just appreciation from the boards and the previous boards that we've had for your hard work, your knowledge that you have for our school district, as well as the love. So it takes something to be here for as long as you have. So again, thank you for everything.
First got into this position, I had no idea what I was doing. But because Ms. Cass, there was not a day that I couldn't call to ask her, what was this, what was that, I don't understand this. And she never broke character. She was always very, very kind and explained things to the lowest common denominator. She helped us through our policies, and she's very, very knowledgeable. And I'm not taking anything away from the new person that's going to take her place, but she's going to have pretty big shoes to fill. So we all have to surround the new person and help her. And thank you for coming in to train her or be her shadow, or teach her shadow. But thank you, and I appreciate all the calls, even the personal phone calls. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll move to public forum.
All right, good evening, everyone. Public forum is an opportunity for the public to participate in the board meeting. While it's not a question and answer session, notes are being taken and someone will get back to you if you were to have questions. We would ask that you do step to the podium. Please state your name and your address. Please be respectful of the audience, the board members and the staff, and limit your comment to 3 minutes. Thank you.
Up first will be Antonio Lipscomb.
Good afternoon. My name is Antonio Lipscomb. I'm the president of Minority Contractors Collaboration and also Next Level Academies. Just so grateful for these few moments just to submit to you the ideal of vocational training. I travel across the state setting up vocational training schools, and we've been so successful in watching lives change. And I know that construction training may not be something that would be popular. However, I do believe that personally, I know for a fact, because I was in the trades myself from teen on up, and it's served me pretty well with earning a livable wage to take care of my family. And so I was looking at your website, well, not website, but just some information on your school here. That's one of the schools here. And it stated that as far as the Core 40, which our program does allow for credit toward the Core 40. I noticed that it said back in 2018, within the Core 40 program, you had 67 students who enrolled in that, and 81 students enrolled in college. And my question was, what happened to the 86 students who didn't go to college? So there are going to be those who may not make it to college, and I think they would be okay, especially if they would had some level of a credential that they could fall back on. My credentialing through construction comes from the National Center for Construction, Education and Research. It's called, formerly known as, well, it's not formerly known, it's always known as NCCER, which is the short acronym for it. I'm one of the only African Americans in the state of Indiana who has a national accreditation for accredited training sponsor throughout the state. We have schools all throughout Goodwill Excel centers. I personally have another organization inside of a school building. Our curriculum is about ninth grade, and I would love to, the age is about ninth grade for our core. And I would love to come back and talk with you guys if you had any desire for your students to want to go into the skilled trades. I heard you guys mention that you are more career orientated for your students to want to go into some level of field of expertise. And that's what I bring to the table, and I would love to come back and talk with you about it. Drove all the way from Indianapolis, so just wanted to be with you tonight and talk to you about it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Up next will be Dr. Joe.
Good evening. I'm a little bit hoarse. It's always a pleasure to be here. This room and this building bring a lot of fond memories for the 2 years that I was your superintendent. I have 3 items I want to discuss. One, the major one that I came here for is I spent 53 years in education, about 40 years of that in administration, and probably I had 30 executive assistant or secretary or administrative assistant. But I could say, without mentioning name, because we cannot mention names, without mentioning name, the one I had here, who worked for board and also worked with me, was the top 3. That person was dedicated to a school district. That person was very consular to me, was somebody that you could trust and really loved the kids of East Chicago. And in a couple of minutes, I'm going to give you the flowers when I come there. That's my signature. I won't mention names. The other issue is that I am still very much interested in seeing that East Chicago grows and becomes the best it can be. When I was hired here, the thing which really amazed me and impressed me were the kids that we have here. We have, I don't know how many students you have here, about 3,000-4,000. We've got 4,000 beautiful kids. And we should never take them for granted. We should really have high expectation for them, and they will succeed. I've been many, as I said, 53-year education. There are 2 things come to my mind. There are a research which says 90-90-90, means 90% of a student were free reduced lunch, 90% of a student were minority, and the student achievement was 90. So if we practice those, it doesn't happen overnight, but in 4 or 5 years, we could accomplish that. The other area which is connected to that is research of effective school. So if you combine those 2 researches with all the things you have to study, student staff development would be good. The third one, I want to congratulate Dr. Steve and Dr. Shana for taking a role and becoming superintendent, assistant superintendent at a very challenging time. I did look at the scores. I'm still interested. It wasn't very, very high. So we need to really emphasize this.
I'm sorry, Dr. Joe, but that's your time, sir. Up next will be Patty Gibson.
Hi, Patty Gibson King, 4102 Parish Avenue. This is for you, Miss Rhonda. We are really going to miss you. And I know you have been in the school district for 40 plus years. You were there when when the school board was appointed. And in 2012, you became elected. So we want to wish you well. There have been people that have came and gone, but you lasted. We hate to see you go. So we do have a card for you, which we'll give to you after the meeting's over. Okay.
Up next will be Helen Steinbeck.
Helen Steinbach, 5207 East 73rd Avenue in Maryville, Indiana. I'd like to say as we continue to broadcast these meetings on YouTube that we need to make sure that our audio is right. Receiving several complaints tonight that people can't hear at home. And then last time, when I spoke at the last board meeting, I guess my comments also were not able to be heard, so I'm going to repeat them again. We have had the option of parents being able to sign up for virtual for this school year, and I'm asking you, I'm imploring that you don't do that. Your students should be in school unless there's some tragic medical reason that they need to be away from everybody. But the best place for your student is at school, and we will do our best to educate them and provide them a wonderful learning environment. I am also asking, I heard the superintendent this morning, Scott Miller from Hammond on the radio, and I'm asking that we follow the lead of Hammond when it comes to uniforms and the mask policy as we address our return to learn policy coming up in the next couple weeks. I also would like to say thank you to Ms. Cast. She's always been professional with us at the union and stamping our papers and things like that when we need to file things, and we're going to miss you, but I know Miss Diane will be a good replacement for you also. So thank you for everything that you're helping her with as well. And then I'm asking the community, please get vaccinated if you have the opportunity, because the vaccination rate in East Chicago is not very high, and there's lots of opportunities to get the vaccine. Like Dr. Disney said, on August 4th, they'll be at Central High School. So, and then those scores. That test was a waste of time. It was a waste of instructional time that we could have still been working with our students. That data is not going to tell us anything, and it was a big waste of time. So we will use our in-house data that we have to get our students where they need to be in the beginning of the year, and hopefully those scores will show a great improvement next year. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next will be Reverend Hill.
I am Pastor T. Brad Hill, Chairman of the Education Committee for Twin State Minister Alliance, who dispatched me here on today. Before I get started, I want to also say congratulations to Ms. Cass, the great work that she has done for School City, and we certainly do thank you for that. I'm here to express our disappointment with this board. It is shameful the way that you have treated the first African-American female superintendent of the school district. You have in essence forced her out because of your insistence to interject yourself in a way that no other board has done in the history of School City, in the day-to-day administration of the schools. And in doing so, you left her no alternative but to
Sir, I'm
to
going to ask
leave.
you to not speak to any
I didn't
personnel
call.
matters.
I did not call no name. I did not call a name.
It's a personnel matter.
I did not call a name.
You cannot discuss personnel matters.
So I'm here to tell you that we truly are disappointed. And you have, in essence, made yourself small s superintendents. And in doing so, I believe that you also will hold the responsibility of what School City produces. I think that we're in a position in which it is very possible that the state of Indiana will step in here and take School City over. And it's shameful because we had an opportunity to do something good for our children. But instead of doing that, we opted to be selfish and to look after ourselves rather than look after our children. And now our children are going to be hurt because of what you have done. It was short-sighted. And now our children will suffer because of it. We are going to hold you responsible. We will hold you accountable for what will happen with School City from this point on. We will make it our business to make sure that the community understands who will bear the responsibility for what you have done.
Thank you. Up next will be Rosario Reese.
Darlene Rosario Reese, 3731 Drummond Street, Chicago, Indiana. Good evening, Board. I come today to express some concerns of constituents of East Chicago, Indiana. First, we would like to know the data from the survey that was placed on the website when parents were asked whether or not they wanted their children to return in person or virtual. We're all asking that children return to brick and mortar, as do I, being an art teacher, but there are concerns. You must remember that we are still in a pandemic, and until the World Health Organization clears us of that, we are still in it. Also, if a parent decides to want their children to be virtual, I think that you need to hear their concerns as to why. I am not willing to send any child or teacher to the hospital or a coffin, and I don't think you want that as well. Secondly, I did drive by the uniform shop on West Chicago Avenue. Although it has been closed from time to time for a time period probably of over a year or more, I was wondering if the school board had even went and asked the store if they would be able to accommodate the demand of all the people that need uniforms. To remember that children have not been in uniforms for over a year. And it takes at least 60 days for anybody to adapt and change. I think we need to ease this population of children into something, not just swing them back into uniforms because we think it's the normal. Nothing is normal. Maybe jeans and a t-shirt because you consider us EC. Maybe it should say East Chicago Cardinals. Lastly, but definitely not least, I would ask that you always put teachers in the forefront, as though we keep on yelling out about our students and learning. Without teachers, there is no learning. There is no place for them to go. And although parents are very eager for them to go back, you must remember there are people with health issues. They did not ask for that. So please be accommodating with the ADA and giving them a 504. And also, I employ this school board, make a nice video. Ask the parents in this community to please educate, not teach, educate. Dogs are taught, children are educated to wear their masks, wash hands, and sanitize properly. If they don't think their child is ready to do that, school is probably not the place to be. As you know, sitting behind that table, you're exerting your energy talking through that mask. So do we in a classroom. And I'm just asking you to be mindful of that when it comes to giving out 504s and thinking of your teachers as well as your students. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you.
Meeting that we have is for August 2nd, and that would be at 6 p.m. here in, 6 p.m. in this building. Can I have a motion for adjournment?
Madam President, make a motion for adjournment.
Trustee Rodriguez makes a motion for approval. Trustee Smith seconds the motion. Roll call, please, Ms. Cass.
Trustee Rodriguez?
Yes.
Trustee Gomez?
Yes.
Trustee Williams?
Yes.
Trustee Smith? Cameron Hernandez on.
Yes.